What's going on, everybody? Welcome back, and in today's video I'm making a new kind of video. I'm going to be re-reviewing a flavour, and that is going to be GFUEL's Guava flavour. Now, I have a little bit of history with this flavour. I done the review way back in the summer of 2020, and I re-watched the video the other day, and it's actually quite funny to see how far everything's come since then. I gave the flavour quite a good review. I liked it for a couple of weeks, but the smell of the powder kind of put me off. Anyone who's been in my stream the last couple of weeks, or even the last year, knows that there's certain kind of GFUELs where I don't like the smell of the powder. The Guava was the first time that I'd encountered that smell, so it kind of put me off. The flavour when it's mixed with water is actually quite nice. The smell of the powder put me off so much that I actually sold the tub to my friend and never drank it again. Now, in the last 6 months, GFUEL have came out with flavours that have very similar smelling powder to Guava. Things like Brain Drive, XQC has a little bit of it, and more recently Phase 51. Phase 51 is the closest smelling powder to Guava. Now, that flavour, I love it. It's in my top 10, so over the last couple of weeks, I've been thinking that I want to get my hands on another tub of Guava so that I can re-review it and just see that if I can look past the smell of the powder, am I actually going to like the flavour? I can't even remember what it tastes like, if I'm being honest. And the amount of flavours that have came out since this, it'll be interesting to see if there's any other flavours which are quite similar. As always, if you want to watch me play games live, give me a follow on Twitch. The link is down in the description, twitch.tv/Jordan89. And if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel for my next review. And yeah, let's get into the taste review, the re-review of Guava. Now, this flavour is inspired by Castro. He is a FIFA streamer. I remember when this flavour came out. This was probably around about a year after I started drinking GFUEL, and it was right around the time that I started doing reviews. So if anyone who's watching this video right now has watched my Guava review from 2020, you're an OG, thank you. And just on stream, me and the guys have been talking about it the last little while, and I feel like it's time to give this a re-review because I think I remember it being actually not a bad flavour, although I've got it quite low on my tier list. I'm kind of hoping that today we can give it a redemption and maybe push it up a couple of spots. Now, let's see. So the powder has this kind of weird smell. It's not too similar to the Phase 51 and the brain matter. It is ever so slightly, but there's like this kind of tropical smell to this powder that the Brain Drive and the Phase 51 don't have. And as I said at the beginning of the video, that's the smell that put me off. The smell when it's mixed with water is actually quite nice, but the smell of the powder on its own, I didn't like it, so I ended up getting rid of the tub. At the time, I didn't have that many tubs. If you go back at the video, you look at the tower, it's probably not even that high, where it is now, it's way up, further than the camera can see. Let's get it mixed with water, and I'm quite excited to retaste it. I could remember almost what the smell of the powder was when it's on its own and when it was mixed with water, but I can't remember what the taste was like at all. I remember that the powder, when it mixes, it goes quite a nice pink colour. Yeah, almost similar to watermelon in a way. Let's get this out here. To have a nice pinky colour in the drink, let's see what it smells like. So that kind of tropical smell that is in the powder kind of lingers when it's mixed with the water. It definitely, I'm basically being reminded of the fact that I have no idea what this smells or tastes like, so this is like a brand new review. The last time I drank it was a year and a half ago, so it's surprising that I forgot it just this much. But the powder, when it's mixed with water, it smells quite fruity. It has that kind of tropical smell in there. It smells quite nice. The taste of it, yeah, that definitely tastes better than I remember. It also tastes way better than it smells. It's very fruity, it's very mellow, but it's got this kind of nip to it that I don't really remember. The only other, it's actually a lot nicer than I remember. The only other flavour that I can kind of compare this to is kind of like, it's almost like Phase 51. Phase 51 is cantaloupe, which is basically melon. And this obviously Guava. Now, I don't know what real Guava tastes like, but this is like a more kind of grapefruity version of the Phase 51. And I think I've probably been giving this quite a hard time in my tier list. I think this is definitely going to move up a couple of spots when I do my next tier list in June or July. I never tried the pink grapefruit flavour, but I'd imagine it would kind of taste similar to this. It's not extremely sweet, but it's definitely, there's no sourness, there's no tartiness in this flavour. It's very refreshing, I will say that. It's kind of similar to like the Phase 51, the Phase Berry. Very fruity, very refreshing flavours. Now, I think I have this in the bad tier. If I remember right from my tier video from a couple of weeks ago, I think I had this in the bad tier. I'm probably going to move this up to good because this definitely doesn't deserve to sit with some of the other flavours that are down there. This is actually quite nice. I don't really hear a lot of people on social media talking about this. It doesn't get that much hype. Whenever GFUEL posts a video or a tweet or a photo saying, comment what your favourite flavour is, I never ever see Guava. It's always things like the juice or hype sauce or PewDiePie, Raging Gummy Fish, that kind of thing. Whether it's this, no one it kind of stays under the radar. It's out of stock on the website as of this morning, so I don't know if they're maybe planning on vaulting it, or maybe if it just is quite popular and it's out of stock that way. I don't know. All I know is that this has, the review that I gave it a year and a half ago still kind of stands. It is, the powder smells horrible. I'm not going to beat around the bush. The powder does not smell nice. When it's mixed with water, the smell isn't that bad, but the taste is definitely the redeeming quality of guava. And I think based on the fact that I sold the tub is probably why I put the flavour in the bad tier. I definitely don't think it needs to be down that low. I'll probably move it up a couple of spots and see if we can move it up a tier in the next video. But I'm going to end the review there. Nice, short and sweet because I've already reviewed this and it's quite an old flavour. As I said in the beginning of the video, if you enjoyed this, give it a like, consider subscribing to the channel. I've got loads of reviews coming up. And if you want to play games with me, play Fortnite or things like that, give me a follow on Twitch, join my Discord to get notified when I go live. But thank you for watching, guys. Take it easy and I'll see you in the next video.